Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC and welcome to another edition of Channel Chat. Maybe I should say another edition of Channel Chat with KC because I think this is what? This is maybe 5, 6, I don't know. I don't know. No.
I've lost track.
It's all good. But yes, joining me today is KC with KnivesFAST. If you remember, KC was numero uno. He was
Woo.
the first one that I ever did a channel chat with. And, and he's been on several others, as we discussed, the group ones and stuff, which is always fantastic. Those are actually really fun to do. Well, they're all fun to do, but it's really fun to get a group of people together and talk.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to do this one again because Casey has had some really awesome things happen to him lately. And I really, really wanted to have him on and just congratulate him. And dude, it's so awesome. You hit 1,000 subscribers. Very, very cool. Congratulations to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it couldn't do it without the folks in this community. It's been unbelievable, the support that has come alongside it. And you know what's so cool about it, JB, and what I'm sure you're probably going to ask this, so I hate to take away your question.
Oh, shoot. Go ahead. Right ahead.
What's so cool about it is I had this idea because somebody else had done it for me, Kyle from DTOM, of doing the a giveaway and then like having another guy that's nowhere close to 1,000 kind of put him in my giveaway.
Sure.
And it's funny. It's like been this cascade ever since of pushed Justin the Knife Dude over, and Simply Knives went over, and all these different guys, because Justin pushed it off to him, and loving just to see the community paying it forward like I did when Kyle did that for me. And shoot, you've shouted me out so many times, it's not even funny. So it's just wanted to pass that along, and just to see sort of the spiral that happened of support and people saying, there were even people came and subscribed to me that said, hey, I've never heard of you, but Justin said you're cool, so I'm over here. So it was cool that it kind of went back and forth like that. It was really neat.
That's awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And trust me, I am well aware of what that can do because, I mean, I've talked about it before. When I was just starting out, Jimmy Slash basically did kind of that same very thing for me.
Right.
And, go to bed with 30 subscribers and wake up with 150 type of situation. I'm like, what happened? It's like, wow. At first you wake up and you look at it and go, oh, they like me. They really, really like me. And then, okay. Now there's I understand there's something behind it. Okay, no, you know what I mean?
Right. That's funny.
But and yeah, I've done it as well. And yeah, it's absolutely awesome that well, the community just, I mean, we talk about it all the time, and people are probably sick of hearing us talk about it, but it's okay
Probably.
because it's the truth. And it just happens over and over and over, and it's just awesome. It just is.
Well, it's incredible that there are so many faithful people that love to hear us talk about these sharp things on the table.
Oh yeah.
And there's nothing special, at least this is the way I feel. There's nothing special about what we do. We just happen to be knife collectors or knife enthusiasts, if you will, that decided to start a channel and have some fun. And thankfully other people want to have fun with us.
Exactly.
So,
And that's, what, you're exactly right. I mean, there again, I'm just a guy that likes to collect knives. I love knives. I've always carried knives. And I just thought, I want to talk to like-minded people. And that's exactly what has happened. And
Absolutely.
you want to talk about, like you said, faithful followers, man. I have people that comment on pretty much every single video I put out.
I can probably tell you which ones they are, because
yeah, you probably could, because
yeah.
they probably do you too, and they probably do it
Yeah.
for all of us, all the ones they follow, and it's just absolutely amazing. It's awesome, and I mean, I feel completely blessed that you know, people do that and watch. So, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out. Uh, not consistently, but that's basically what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Sorry, my words are escaping me today.
No, I do it all the time, man. So,
So,
my thing that I thought was really crazy, and I don't know if I shared this with you or not, but I haven't shared it with everybody. But you'll remember when I started amping things up middle of last summer. I think I had somewhere around 250 subscribers that had, but I've been doing this for like 5 years. Well, what was great about the 1,000 subscriber video was all of those 250, not all of them, but the ones that have been with me since day one, how many of them said, wow, this is crazy. I remember when you first started, and I'm like, wow. So, it's awesome for some that have grown like really quick. Like, I mean, I think of Lefty, who just started like what, 2 or 3 months ago, and he's already up around 700 subscribers, I think. But for somebody like me that toiled around for 5 years with 250 subs, to see those really faithful ones that started years ago when they just found a knife I reviewed and liked it and ended up subscribing, and there wasn't a whole lot more going on because I was usually doing reviews like months apart sometimes.
right.
And these people to have stood by me all this time was just really, really cool.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's just that's the amazing thing about it for sure. Is just the
Yep.
people that stick with you. And I mean, like I have people that have been there since the beginning, you know, and
Right.
it's they've commented. Some of them I think probably commented on my very first video, which is kind of crazy, but it's awesome.
Right.
It's
Right.
awesome. But
Yep.
yeah, for sure. Well, you know what? And not only are you a member of the 1000 club, so to speak, lack of a better
Yeah.
term, we'll just call it that. But you have been inducted into what very well may be one of the most prestigious groups in the knife collecting community. You are
Absolutely.
an official member of the Daleka Club. Congratulations, man. It makes me so happy to see you getting the recognition that you deserve, my friend. It makes me
Awesome.
very happy.
Yeah, that was amazing. When Keith reached out to me and said he was going to send me everything, I'm like, wow. He's like, no, man, you're doing an awesome job. I'm sending you this, and you're going to be a member. So when this came in, and you know what the best part is, JB. Hold on, I gotta get something out of the package here.
Okay. All right.
Best part, and I haven't even opened them yet, are the replacement
Oh,
golden
yeah.
thumb studs.
Dude, you have one up on me because this was a later mod.
Yeah, so
So you've got the prestigious uh how should we put it, upgrade modification. So that's
absolutely.
fantastic, man. That is
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. No, we were having a blast. I hope everybody saw my probably over the top obnoxious video. I had a blast. I was telling you, it's funny. Some of this stuff, I hope it's fun for the community, because I needed the other night when I opened it, I needed something fun. I had kind of a rough day, and it was like, okay, this is hilarious and this is fun. So yeah, that
And
was a blast.
can I ask you a question?
Uh-oh.
You just shut that, right? Um, it really didn't look like you touched the
It's
lock at all.
it's a slip joint.
It's a slip joint.
It's a, or should I say, as I said in my video, a crunchy joint. It was locking when I first got it, and after moving it a little bit, it's not quite locking. Uh,
Oh, dude,
but
dude,
but
I'm
we have
trying.
we have we have established how safe they are. It's very safe. Okay, go ahead. You try and one. I'm
I
sorry.
can't. I can't.
It's
I'm
and
trying.
the
I'm
I
trying
think
not
I
to. I'm trying not to donkey laugh into this microphone. Oh my goodness.
and then I think I
Oh.
also got the special
Oh. Oh, dude.
warped back spring
That
model.
very well could be a one of a kind edition. It very well could. Well, let's see here. I of
Yeah,
course, because we wanted to talk about it. Not see, man,
but
you got the cool one. See, I don't have the awesome, updated backlock, and I didn't get the fancy upgraded thumb stud either. Man,
yeah,
you're raking it in, dude.
man, it is cool, no doubt. And you know what's funny, JB, and I shared this with you. I did this whole video talking about this knife, right? And I got all these comments from people thinking it was funny. And you know what my wife commented? Did you see that?
Yeah.
My wife commented, "Hey, you need some moisturizer on your hands." Come on. So I'm not quite a hand model.
That's too funny. That is too
But
funny.
no, this is definitely an honor, and the certificate. I got to get a frame for it, man. This is
Oh, yes.
too
Yes.
cool.
It's
Too cool.
the legitimacy of what it is, man. And that's, you know what, that's just the fun. That's just another one of the fun parts about being part of the community.
Oh, absolutely.
And I really hope that someone that is new and would come up and see those videos be like, this has to be a joke. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
yeah, if you look, I got a comment last night on mine saying, "Okay, please let me in. I have no idea why everyone's raving about this knife." And I'm like, inside joke. If you know, you know, is all I said.
Exactly. And we always say that if you know, you know. So yeah, it is. But like I said, it is absolutely just one of the most fun parts about being part of the community and just
For
the fun that
sure.
we can have with it. So
Absolutely.
very cool,
Totally
man.
agree.
Well, what do you got some goodies there on the table, man? Share with
I'm
us. What are you
I'm
taking a
probably
look at?
I'm probably overloaded here on the table, but
No, let's
over here to the right is today's carry. So
cool.
this is what was in the pocket. I always try to have that on the table. So this is your I'm going to do it here. Here we go. Kislear Supreme
Sounds good to me.
um Whisper, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if where's Whisper. There it is. So yeah, this is the first day I've had so many other knives. I got a couple I've got to ship off today, but I've had a bunch come through recently. Um, and just finally got around to having this one in the pocket for the first time today. So
Right on.
uh yeah, very sturdy, very nice. I see no huge issues except maybe I'll comment on the pocket clip a little bit,
Yeah,
but
it's a little different. It's a little different.
it just doesn't want to quite go in my pocket.
Yeah.
Kind of got to two-handed, but other than that, uh, I love the action on the thumb stud because they're so far back. The leverage you get is
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then my Spartan, which I told you I don't like a primary knife with serrations, but having this guy in the pocket with serrations as a backup knife is a
Oh,
terrific idea.
sure.
Then you don't have to. I don't really like serrations on a primary knife. I just want a
Right.
nice, clean, long blade.
Yep.
But this is the Spartan. This was one of the freebies in the Black Friday Smoky Mountain Knife Works deal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And then I've talked about this guy forever. So one of those early supporters is a guy named Bruce Green. Probably a lot of guys have seen him on Instagram and everywhere else, but Bruce sent me a bunch of knives like for literally I was just starting. He said, I want you to do a nice 100 subscriber giveaway. And when I got there, he had sent me several knives and he had told me anything you want to keep. So I ended up keeping this little Leatherman Micra. And it's just like you said, a really cool remembrance of the community. And these scissors
Sure.
are something I use all the time.
Sure.
And then I got this hint from you on one of your SKL giveaways.
Right, right.
Yeah. So that's what was in the pocket today.
Very cool.
Yeah. And it's red too. Well,
There you go.
the handkerchief is blue,
There you go.
but
No, I'm just actually really glad to see the Whisper and then of course the OG on your table right
right.
now because of what yeah. And dude, did I ever tell you like the whole like finale of that?
Oh no. There's a
So,
finale? I haven't heard
well,
the
I mean kind of sort of cuz it took I mean it was almost a month, right?
right,
That
right.
it took that box to get to you and it didn't update for 3.5 weeks of that month basically.
And I had stopped looking, so I didn't know it was
Yeah.
coming. And then I look in my box and I'm like, what?
Well, that's just it. I kind of looked, I was like, okay, and I mean, I know there was all sorts of issues because I told you I had boxes go missing that week.
Right.
Two that I sent that, I sent that one and another one on this. I sent 3 boxes total one day. Two of the three, including yours, went missing. And then, like, I don't know, it was 4 or 5 days later, I sent a couple more boxes. One of them dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that one actually got delivered. It was about 2 weeks late. That one got delivered. And then the other one was the Melia from the pass around group I'd sent to DTOM. Well, it had actually made it to him after about 2.5, 3 weeks, but he just forgot to update it. So
Right.
I was good. I was good with those two. Those two made it. But this one was just still kind of. So what I did, I looked it up about filing a claim, and it said, you can file a claim after 15 days and all this other good stuff. And that was right before we took our trip. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go on our trip. If it's still missing by the time we get back or whatever, I'll file a claim. Came back, yep, it's still missing. Okay. File a claim. I filed the claim like late one night, like on a Wednesday night or whatever it was. And then Thursday morning, you message me, hey, look what showed up. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And so I didn't have the opportunity to, because I was going to go in and cancel the claim, right? I didn't have an opportunity to do it that day that you told me it
Right.
arrived. So I was going to go the next day. So I get on the USPS website the next day and I look up my claim and it's boom, claim denied, package delivered. I'm like, holy crap, USPS, don't get uppity with me. You lost it for a month, but man, you were really on
Exactly.
top of denying that claim, weren't you?
With no explanation whatsoever.
Right,
It's just like
right.
claim denied, package
I'm
delivered.
like, whoa, man, they canceled that off of quick. So
Yeah.
whatever, it made it where it was supposed to go. That's all I care about.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
That,
I had even kind of
that's
approached
kind of funny.
MBK and was like,
Are you gonna have any more of these?
yeah, basically. What's
Yeah.
the chances? So I know you got the mini. You got the mini.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole purpose for sending you the OG was to see if you wanted to get the mini. Well, that didn't work because you ended up getting the mini while the package was gone.
Right. Once they came out with the titanium one, I was like, whichever one's titanium is what I'm getting. So
Oh,
they
okay.
now they're talking about doing a full titanium of the large
Yep.
in
Yep.
about 5 or 6 months. So I'll have
Yep.
to decide if I want the pair or not.
Right.
But yeah. So I'm very excited to have it, though it worked out, even though I didn't get to use it to make my decision.
Right.
Worked out because I'll do a side by side with them and kind of comparison so people can kind of see both of them. I think
So
that'll be cool.
potential spoiler alert, which one do you think you like better?
So okay.
Size wise.
So
We'll say size wise.
yeah, no, I knew that's what you were talking
Okay.
about. So I don't think it's a spoiler. So this one, this is the mini, and as you can see, it I go to the end of it, and I think it fits really really well. I think this one, so you end up with quite a bit of handle left over. Now the advantage of that is I can now choke back a little bit and kind of get a little more control, and
Okay.
now I'm covering 2/3 of
Right.
the handle. So
Right.
the answer to your question is I think, um, I think there's some adjustability. Like if you're really going to do some fine work with this, I I think you have some room to play. Whereas this one, you're confined to the handle and that's all you get. Now, is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. I haven't had I've cut boxes with it and everything else, and I haven't had a problem whatsoever. So
Right,
I think I
right.
might lean towards the full size just
Sure,
slightly,
sure.
but please understand that I absolutely and completely love this one. And I have no problem, whoops, except especially when I put lock bar pressure on there on accident.
Yeah.
But yeah, have no problem with the size of this one whatsoever. I think it's great. And boy, I think they're both great in pocket.
Yeah, you know, and to be perfectly honest with you, now I haven't had a mini in hand, but
Right.
just knowing what I like, you know, in a knife, I honestly would probably lean towards the mini,
Right.
but I do love the micarta, and I do love the big one. I mean, I'm a, well, let's face it, I'm a Laconico fanboy, so it
Oh
just
yeah.
doesn't. I mean, will I get a mini? I mean, I didn't get it. I didn't get one on the first time around because I was like, well, you know, full titanium, okay. Carbon fiber. Now, if that's all they're gonna have, and they release them again, sure, I'll pick one up. I'm kind of maybe keeping my fingers crossed for a micarta version to kind of maybe
Of the
make a
mini,
pair.
right.
Yeah, you know, like kind of like you said.
Well, I think my thing was besides the titanium, JB, I think it was more, see, if they had had the original woven carbon fiber, I probably would have still gotten the full size. But
Mm,
I don't know, it was something about the raindrop that I didn't care for.
no,
It
I hear
just
you. I'm right
wasn't
there
my
with you.
wasn't my style.
Right
So
there
once
with
I
you.
saw my choices were raindrop or titanium, it was no, I want the full titanium.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and I would have given those two choices. I would have made the same choice as well. You know, and going forward, if that's all they're gonna have, you know, if they do another release and it's still the now, if they do the like you said, the woven carbon fiber, kind of like the EWC and the slayback and stuff. I may get one of those just for consistency,
right.
you know, but I mean, I'll probably end up with one either way, to be perfectly honest with you. But
Yeah. I
however
mean,
it goes.
I'm impressed, and I love both of them. So I mean, I personally think either one is a great choice, whichever. So I'm kind of a thumb stud
Hmm.
over flipper
Hmm.
guy.
Yep.
So however, I probably will still try to get it in EZC 1.5 at some point because I really dug that one.
Yeah.
But just something about thumb studs for me. And what I got a lot of comments from people. Well, I don't want something that you can put lock bar pressure on and it won't open. I'm like, once you understand what you're dealing with, you just position your hands in the right way, and it's not a problem.
Correct.
It,
Correct.
that it just doesn't, that part doesn't bother me. But I have to tell you, and this is based on this one and a couple more I've had recently. I'm I'm think I may be joining the holes are better than studs gang. Uh, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
once you finally find a knife that you're pretty good at middle finger flicking, man, that's just the way to go.
And it's funny
Um,
you say that because it was a Civivi for me as well. It was the shredder for me.
yeah,
That
and
one
you
was
saw
so easy.
the well before this posts, the chat here post, you will have seen my review of the Keen Nader or Natter or whatever it is as well, and I did that one with the Fuller,
Yep.
and I really enjoyed that as well. So I think Civivi may have started to push me in that direction, but I really like thumb studs too.
You know, I'm kind of there for the longest time. You know, I was kind of the I liked, you know, I was all about the flipper and stuff. But I think I'm like you too. I think I am kind of gravitating more towards the whole thumb stud. And if I could, I'm getting much better. I am getting much better at middle finger flicking. I'm still not the best, but I'm
Right.
getting better. And yes, It's just fun. But oh,
Oh, I
dude,
agree.
you don't have to put that one down because that's exactly where I was going next.
And
And
again, thank you for sending this to me. It
oh,
was an
absolutely,
honor to have you send it. But yeah.
absolutely.
Well, all I was gonna say when I picked this one up is I find myself using the thumb studs way more than I do the flipper. Just because I just prefer thumb studs. It's just the first thing I go for.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I tell you what, man, this David, man, to me, this is just it's pretty much a home run of a knife for me.
Oh yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, it is ergonomic wise perfection for me. Um, Feels my hand very well, and I love a forward finger choil, and it's just great. And then it's fidgety as all get out. I just sit here and play with it all the time.
But have you kind of heard the news following that it very well could be that by the time people see this, and I mean, this is going to post what in like 3 days? It's going
Yep.
to post on Saturday. We're doing this the Wednesday beforehand. The the Solaris may very well be for sale on OrionKnives.com right now as people are watching this.
That's pretty cool. And I think
Now,
they're probably going to go pretty quick.
I'll just say this in talking to David because he's been talking, we've been talking on the Apex group that I know he said he's trying to get them up very soon. So alls I can say, guys, is keep watch on OrionKnives.com. I would say if you're really interested in getting one and you're watching this right now, go look
Yep.
because they very well. I know he was going to kind of give some of the people in Apex the opportunity to maybe grab one first that didn't get in on the Kickstarter just because
Right.
of, well, David's cool and he's given us the opportunity to maybe snag one beforehand, but I think he said, how many did he say? Did he say 150 or 250?
I
What's
think
he?
he said
I
150,
think it was 150.
and then
He
he's going to
said,
do a pre-order
and then
after that.
yep, once those are gone, he's going to do a pre-order for the next batch. Yep, 100. He says here 150, and then they'll roll into pre-orders for the second batch. So
Very
that
cool.
is
You
awesome.
and I know Shoe Monster is one of the ones in the group that's very excited to get his hands on one that missed the drop. So,
Oh, I had
um,
many people comment, "How do I get them? Where can I get
right.
one?"
Yep.
And I'll at that point, all I could tell him was, I know he really wants to get some for sale on the website. So the best thing I can tell you is just keep an eye on OrionKnives.com. Keep looking. I mean, go check every morning when you wake up, basically, and maybe you want to check at night when you get home from work because
Right.
I think they're gonna sell pretty quick.
What I like most, I think, now I haven't gone back to look at my review or my pictures, but I think the prototype that came by was like a satin finish.
Yeah.
This stonewash is legit.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it is terrific.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the stonewash on this thing is fantastic. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And now we need to have a blue versus red battle. Guys, what do you think? I don't know. I think that blue is pretty hot.
Oh, it does. It is hot. That is hot. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, dude. And it's so cool because if if he gets to where he wants to go, and you can get the back spacer, you can get the pivot collar in. He wants to offer so many different colors, so you could basically, you know, customize the knife to your own liking. What that's just so awesome. I mean, he
Yeah.
really, really put a lot of thought and a lot of effort into this project.
Yeah, well, I've already joked about wanting to get this pocket clip anode blue because I just think that would be really cool.
It would be cool. It would be
Yeah.
very cool, without a doubt.
Yep. He may offer that at some point. You never know.
Yeah, yeah, he may. I don't know where. I don't know all of where he's going. I know. Trust me, he's working and he's
Yeah.
thinking and he's got projects, and I'm so happy for him that he's, really he's dove into it head first, and he's making it happen. And I think that's absolutely awesome for him.
I do too. We all have dreams, but how many of us pursue them like he has? That's pretty cool. It's awesome to watch him do that. Very, very cool. So I again totally appreciate it, man. Just you talked about everything that's happened in the past several weeks. I mean, going over 1,000 was cool. But like I said, the kind of snowball of support for other channels and the Dalika thing and kind of being a member of that club, and then you sending me this guy, it's just been a heck of a lot of fun. So that's why I enjoy doing my weekend reviews so much, because I get to sort of gush about all the things that have come in and happened, and so I love doing that video. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome, dude. You never. This is crazy, man. I just and I'm sorry for this, but I saw a message pop up. I have my phone laying right here. I have gotten. This is maybe the third message like this in the last week I've gotten, but I'm not going to say any names, and I'm not going to say any specifics because I have to respond to this text. But he just sent me a message saying, "Hey, man, do you know somebody in the community that needs to have their day brightened? I have this knife, and it's a pretty sweet knife. Let's just say that." And he's like, "I really want to send it to someone
Oh wow.
that needs to, need to have their spirits lifted, or what, you know what I mean?"
Right.
I swear to God, that's like the third one this week that I've gotten. That's
Really
absolutely cool. Amazing. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, man. It makes me, I don't want to say it chokes me up, but it hits me pretty deep.
Oh yeah.
To be the one that people are contacting to ask that to. And I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal or anything like that. What I'm saying is it feels really, really good that people reach out to me and ask that question. That's just wow.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I like that. I'm sorry that
No,
I saw it pop up, and I
amazing.
saw the first couple lines of it, and I was like, I've got to read this, because I wanted to read it because I wanted to mention it. And because we talk about the community, and we just over and over and over, and that's why we do. That is exactly why we talk about it so much. That's just amazing,
I
man.
totally agree. That's somebody, and you see that stuff all the time. I mean, there's random people in your live and Zach's live that just want to jump in and do their own giveaway to brighten somebody's day, So it's super cool. This community is unlike anything I've ever seen. Definitely is.
Yeah, sorry, man. I just kind of
No. Hey,
just
take a breath, man.
Wow. Yeah, I need a drink of coffee after that one.
There you go. There you go. I got water here, so I'll bring
man, that's just too cool. That is so awesome.
Very much
But
so.
yeah, so what else you got there, man? Let's get back into the. Sorry,
Well,
I didn't mean to interject things, but I had to, because that's
no, I love
talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but that's kind of the theme of this whole thing, JB. If
It
you think
is.
about it.
It is.
Because
No, it really is. You're exactly right.
And for me, I mean, if it hadn't have been for people like you coming alongside me, and hey, here's a guy that really wants to make his channel work. Let's help him. You and Kyle, and I mean, look at the names on the table here. I mean, all these people having one way or another reached out and really tried to make my day brighter from time to time. So
Sure.
It's awesome, man. And that's why I told you about, kind of doing that giveaway for Justin, because I wanted to do that for him. I wanted to see his channel grow and
exactly
and help him out. So no, well, eventually I want to hear about some of the knives you got on the table, but the last one I've got, well, I mean, I didn't even say what this one was. This was the Civivi Riffle. which I've got to get reviewed and probably sent out today or tomorrow. Actually,
Dude,
I just recorded the review on it.
right on. That micarta looks really good. I haven't seen the micarta version. I mean,
so this is interesting. They call this dark green micarta,
yeah.
and it looks black to me. So either I have really poor eyesight or which I do, but it's beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's
is that kind of like the bronze screech?
yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, it says it's bronze. Don't start with me, Mr. Burton.
No, dude, I wasn't dogging on you.
I was just messing with you.
You said this doesn't really look bronze, and I'm like, no, you're right.
No,
It looks pretty
it's
gray.
definitely not bronze. But the box says
I know.
bronze.
I know. I said the same thing. I said the same thing in my unboxing. I'm like, okay.
So I know I saw your video. I know I saw your video on this, but what was your take on the whole?
It didn't bother me.
Okay. Yeah, because I was surprised. I mean, my unboxing has done really well. People have enjoyed seeing it.
Yeah.
And I got a ton of comments. That hole is hideous.
I did too. I did too.
The hole is way too big. And to me, so here's the thing. Here's what I say in my review. I'll just give it away. When it's closed, there's not as much of it exposed.
Right.
And you need that much room to put your finger in there to be able to flick it. So I don't think it's, I mean, is it big? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it I actually had one guy ask if the knife was going to break because there was so little right here.
Oh, I got that too.
I'm like, unless you're going to pry open like a car hood with it or something, I think it should be fine.
Yeah, if you use it the way it's meant to be used, I don't see as it being an issue at all. And I mean, I know there, like across the spine and stuff, there's not a whole lot there. I get that. Yeah, for sure. But like you said too, as long as you're not putting any side force on it or anything like that, some sort of twisting, I don't see as where it's going to be an issue.
Well, and I'm one of these guys that doesn't pry with my knives. So
I don't either.
I've never understood people that do that. And then they'll come on a group and go, well, here's my paramilitary too. The tip broke off. I don't know what happened. And you go, well, what happened? Well, I was prying at XYZ. And I'm like, really? So it's, use them what they're meant for. And if you got one with a really small tip, you probably shouldn't be prying with it. And it's just the way it is. But the action on this is great. And I actually like the size of the hole for me.
Well, it helps me out when I'm trying to spidey flick, sure. Without a doubt. I mean, that's kind of, I come from that because like the shredder was the same way, it had the big, hole in it. And no, it doesn't bother me. Am I afraid that it's gonna break or not with the way I use my knives? That's just basically, that's the best answer I can give.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I really don't see it. I don't think it's going to be a problem. To be very honest with you, this is about a $55 knife, and I will probably be getting one of these for my collection. That's how much I like it.
It's a nice knife. I really like the I had the sandalwood and Damascus version, and me and Damascus, but it actually looked kind of good on that one with the sandalwood, the wood handles and such. Yeah, I did, because it was a darker Damascus. But no, the knife overall, yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, I really like the Keen Nader, Neuter, whatever it is. But I'm like you. I'm not a big recurve and Tanto guy. Now I will say the brazen interests me a lot. But the Keen Nader, whatever. I love that knife. But when I saw the riffle, I'm like, this is so much more my style.
Yeah, the riffle won out over me as well. And I tell you what, I have a brazen right now.
Right.
And if there was a Tanto knife that might change my mind, it just might be that one, to be perfectly honest with you. It is
I heard there might be
a really nice knife.
Yeah, I heard them say there might be a drop point version.
There is. There is a drop point version. Yes, indeed.
That'll be awesome.
Somebody actually sent me a picture after SKL. They're like, look, drop point. And I was like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Because I really like the handle on that one. And it's right there too. It's almost in. Hang on one second. Sorry, I had to take my headphones off to grab it. But yeah,
I entertained everybody. It was okay.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is a really, really, it's a really nice knife. It
Especially
really,
in all black like that.
yeah. And I mean, the action is just, I, I kind of call it stupid good, but I mean, I really mean it's good, but it's just, yeah, it's a really
Yep.
nice knife.
It's
Yep. It's a
beautiful.
Tanto. Yep.
And is
It
that
is.
14C28 or what is it?
That, no,
Or is that
I'm pretty,
N690 maybe?
um, I think it's, isn't it D2? Pretty sure it's D2.
Oh, okay.
I think, hang on, let me
Yeah, I know the riffle is
Yeah,
14C28.
D2. Yeah, it's
D2.
D2.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's in D2. The and let's see, all of them are D2. Yeah. Yep.
What's the price point of that one?
It's 58.
50-ish. Yeah.
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 I mean, it's, yeah.
Very cool. I'll have to look up the drop point one. That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So
He's not a big Tanto guy, but that's just me.
yeah, me too. You know, I they have their purpose. They have their, without a doubt. You know, it's
Yep.
just not my preferred, but I don't know. You know, they're starting to, like you said, with the Keen Nader and the Brazen, and yeah, they might be changing my mind. You never know.
Absolutely.
But I do always say I've got a Cold Steel Code 4
Okay. Yeah, that's a Tanto.
in a Tanto.
Yep.
And trust me, if it ever came to, oh crap, bad things are happening, the world has gone crazy, you know what? To be perfectly honest with you, that's probably one of them that I'm grabbing.
That you're putting in your pocket.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Yep. Cold Steels are pretty cool, no doubt. So that's a big beast of a knife.
Oh yeah, it is for sure.
So then last on the table.
Oh, the one that I got some love for.
Well, I actually I sent you a message earlier that I kind of I again, I'm trying so hard to be fair on this knife, but I think the deal is they're just trying to give people more options that really love this knife. But I
think so. I think you're
yeah.
right. I think you're right.
And again, being larger, you get a really good grip with this thing, and
I do like the size. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because when I've felt the other one, I felt like my hand was kind of falling off the end. So it is size wise, it's wonderful. I'm just not a guy that wants to sit, or does a very good job of sitting here flicking it like that. So it's just me.
That was my issue. I kept getting that pop back.
Yep. Even if you just let it, well, no, it didn't that time. Yeah. If you just let it fall, it usually does. But if you flick it at all,
yeah,
it's hard to get the timing right. There we go.
And I don't know. It's just, I prefer, I love, well, I mean, we just talked about it. I love button locks, right?
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
There's some really, really nice ones out there. But I don't like a button lock that is the only method of opening. Like, I mean, it's like, I do not open my bug outs with the access lock. I open them with the thumb studs. That's just what I like or don't like. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. I got a lot of
people.
No,
love that.
I'll tell you what, I would say probably, oh man, 85 to 90% of the comments that I got on my video were like, yes, I would much rather have another opening method.
Okay, good.
No, and I'm trying to be honest, I mean, that's what we're supposed to be, right? That was the overwhelming. People were in overwhelming agreement. Now there was some course where I like it just the way it is. I'll definitely have one. That's awesome. If that's what you like, awesome. I'm not trying to tell you don't go out and buy this knife because it's only a button lock. That's not what I'm saying at all. I am
Now, if
saying I would prefer another opening method.
now if they figure out how to do the button lock like this one, and they put either a flipper or thumb studs on this, I bet you it sells even better because of the size. I just love the size of this one.
Well, based on that and the amount of comments that I just talked about,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say the same thing. It would just make sense to me that it would sell much more, because we're talking about an 80% ratio, an 8 out of 10 said, yes, I would prefer a much better opening method.
Yep.
So, I
I
don't know.
believe it.
I don't know. But it's just, I liked everything else about it. And it probably would have been the first Elementum I had in my collection, to be perfectly
Gotcha.
honest with you. Had it had thumb studs or a flipper or something like that. And I did receive a couple of the comments were like, well, they couldn't make it like I wanted them to make it and it still be as affordable. Well, you've got a knife we both have knives laying on the table that pretty much say absolutely the contrary to that. Exactly.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's just me. That was my opinion. Agree, disagree, whatever.
Yep.
That's like, I'm not telling you shouldn't go out and buy a knife or should go out and buy a knife. I'm telling you, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. Agree,
And now you go
disagree.
make your decision.
Exactly. Exactly. So, you know what?
That's awesome.
Casey, you're my friend. You're my boy. I do not see a Finch knife on that table, and I'm very, very disappointed.
Oh my goodness.
I'll just have to say, no, I'm kidding. I'm
They're all
kidding.
right
I'm
here.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right.
I'm kidding.
All right, we're good.
And I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself because Zach just sent me my holiday back and it's not on the table. So I guess I'm just as bad. So
Well,
I can't say much. I can't say much.
I got all four of mine now. There you go.
There you go. There you go. But you said you wanted a guy. Man, I am so in love with this little guy.
Yeah. I just like to hear you say Cougar Ruby or whatever. I don't know.
I think I have settled on Mukurudi.
Yeah, that's it.
I think that's what I've settled on. I don't know if it's right. I don't know. But I actually, who was it? KJ. KJ Pearson was like, you know what?
Okay.
I used to work with wood a lot and stuff. And I know we always called it Mukurudi. And I was like, you know what? Sounds good. I'm good with that. Yep, I'm going with it. So that's where we're at. Now, I mean, you see some of the ones in the pictures, and man, the grain structure is just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
that one's pretty.
Oh, it is. I like this one. It's got a good grain structure. We even kind of got a little bit of a lightning bolt thing going on there coming out of the pivot. But that's pretty cool. I mean, like I said, Finch has had me ever since the beginning. I mean,
that's the one I don't have yet. So
the Runtley?
Yeah, I don't have a Runtley yet.
Right on.
I'll have to get one of those. But I mean, I love the rest of them like crazy. So
the 1929, yeah, that was when that one first came out. I got the Cocobolo, and that's the micarta, right?
Right, the dark denim micarta, yeah.
Yep. And it's just, and they've got, man, what they have planned as well, and oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm a fanboy. I'll admit it.
Oh no, I've claimed that as well. Very much so. I had somebody on Instagram reach out to me the other day, and they're like, "Okay, so it seems like you might like Finch knives. I'm starting to get interested in them. Which one would you recommend?" I said, "Yes," and he replied back. He replied back with, "Wait a minute, that's not an answer." I said, "Oh,
yeah, it is. It most definitely is an answer."
I said, "Are you going to ask me which one of my kids I like best?"
Yep. Yep. Which one do you like? Yes.
Yes.
It's a
So
simple answer.
I think I ended up telling him that the most popular one I've seen pretty much is the Holiday. And if he really needed me to narrow it down, I would say go for a Holiday.
Oh,
And
if I had to pick, and of course it's the one I didn't put on the table, like I said, but if I had to pick one of my finches that I was going to keep, and I had to absolutely get rid of all the rest, it would be the Oxbone Holiday that I would keep without question.
yeah, yep,
It's
it's
just an
it's just such a unique and beautiful and
yep,
useful and snappy, and
yep,
you could give it 37 adjectives. So
exactly.
yeah, but you can't. I mean, I can do that with the 1921, and to be very 1929. Did I say one? I did. To be very honest with you, you know how much I love to go fishing. This guy continues to go with me every time I go fishing because it's just so small in the pocket,
Yep,
and
yep.
the action is great, and this blade is perfect. Just really falling in love with this one.
Well,
This one really surprised me.
oh yeah, the Cimarron did me too. And it's
Yep.
the nice thing about it is like you're saying, like if you had this out and you were like, say you were out camping or whatever, you could take this knife because it would do some really good utility work for you. If you were
Yep.
fishing and catch a fish, you've got that nice slender profile on the blade. You could,
Absolutely.
it's not, it's not as flexible as a fillet knife, but this blade shape would fillet a fish very nicely.
Yeah, I had planned to try that this past Saturday fishing, but we got skunked. So
Well, yeah, that happens
that
sometimes.
didn't work out so good.
You know, as the
You
old
know
saying
what?
goes.
My favorite kind of fishing story. My son says to me, "Dad, they stocked such and such a river," and I said, "Okay, let's go." So we get in the car and we drive. Now there's an upper to this river and a lower to this river, and he says they stocked the upper, and I said, "Okay, I know where the upper is." He says, "Yeah, me too. It's such and such." So we go to the upper, what we think is the upper, and we fish there all day long, but we realized it was like nobody there. And I'm like, this isn't right. So we got home later and talked to my brother-in-law. He said, "Yeah, you were on the lower." So
Oh,
we got a little confused with our uppers and lowers, and we did they hadn't stocked anytime recently. It's been like 2 months since they stocked where we were, and I'm like, "Oops,
ah. Now,
oh well."
when you say upper or lower, what's your dividing point? A dam or falls?
That falls in this
Falls.
case.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a big falls that people actually swim in and everything else, like a big swimming hole, and it divides the
Right.
two. Yep, yep.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah.
Very much.
I figured it had to be one of the two. So,
So, but the good news for me was it's a much shorter drive to the one we went to than the other one. So,
well, yeah, that can kind of that happens sometimes.
yep.
Now, I've had some requests to see this one, and so I'll go ahead and show it off here. But as yep, we just had our little
How
trip.
easy.
It was awesome. And man, I found this awesome little store called the Whaler's Locker. For those of you that may or may not know, it's right on Front Street in Lahaina on Maui. So there you go. That's where it's at. But they had all sorts of these little scrimshaw knives, and a lot of them were Rough Riders because Rough Rider puts out a lot of white smooth bone, right?
Right.
And I found these, and the two that I really like the Hammerhead, and all the scrimshaw is done by local artists and stuff like that. So it's really cool. I did end up giving the Barlow away on the giveaway on the live stream that we did SKO when we were in
Yep.
Maui.
Yep.
Justin, the knife dude, speaking of, he was the one that actually won the giveaway, and he chose the Barlow. Now, I really liked both simply because I'm a big Barlow fan, but I chose that one and I chose this one because I hadn't had an elephant toenail or sunfish, however you want to look at it. Maybe it's got a shark on it, so maybe we should call it a sunfish. I don't know. But anyway, so I was figured, well, you know what? I'll just offer both of them up. They can choose which one they want, and I kind of win no matter what. I either get a really cool looking Barlow or I get my first elephant toenail in my collection. So that's kind of the way I went with it. But super, super nice. I mean, if you ever get the opportunity, to go to Maui and you're, a knife person, you definitely need to go check out the Whaler's Locker. Great people, really nice people, and they've got a lot of cool stuff in that store.
Thing seems pretty snappy too.
It is, it's not bad. Like I said, it's just a little Rough Rider. What is the number on this one? It is the 139.
Okay.
RR 139. So
very nice. I like the looks. I like that art too. It's nice.
Yeah, the scrimshaw I've never had a scrimshaw knife before. I've seen Tobias and William show them off, and I was like, that's something I kind of want to have in my collection. So that's kind of the way I did it. So it ended up working out really, really well. But I will tell you that the next 4 of the Rough Rider reserves, they're landing.
Oh, okay.
They have
that time, huh?
What was it? The 4 and the 5, or no, the 5 and the 8. 005 and 008 are in.
Okay.
6 and 7. I think what did he say? They haven't got them yet, or they at least don't have them listed yet on the website. But the 5 and 8 are in. I just ordered them before you and I went on.
Oh, okay. That's why you said give you 5 minutes, huh?
I can neither confirm nor deny anything. But yes, that's exactly why I said that.
I think you should confirm it, and then we'll all give you a pat on the back, because if you put the knives before talking to me, that makes more sense.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So yeah, the 6, I guess it's the 6 and 7 that weren't in yet. That's the lockback, and I will have a second elephant toenail in the collection, because there's a blue one in that in the next batch. So
very cool.
Getting that when they list. But we were talking about the Bow Trapper.
Yes,
they're back in stock too. The Bow Trapper is back in stock, and they actually have a red Bow Trapper now. And I ordered it.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
I was trying to find. There it is. This is the one that viewer Jason Brown sent me. So I hadn't had one. So there's the
what do you think?
Original.
What do you think?
I like it. I like it. It is, like you said in your review, it's a little light on the pull. But again, I mean, it's not going anywhere if you use it for the right thing, and it feels good in the hand.
Well, and that's that's always that's going to be always my main thing. I know there's people out there that just don't trust slip joints, and that's fine. I get it. Sure. Again, I'll go back to you use them what they're made, use them how they're made to be used, and you'll be fine.
Yep.
But yes, there are some out there that do have kind of light pulls, and I've actually had a slip joint knife that, I mean, of course, it was a lower quality slip joint that was very light, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm probably not going to use this one. You find right. You do.
Oh yeah, of
and
course.
I get it.
And this is beautiful too.
Yeah, and it's really
you said it's in red. The new one's in red, huh?
Yes, they do have a red one now, and yes, of course, I did order that one. Yes,
that's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, so I ordered the 5 and the 8, which is I forget which one.
That the Hedgehog and the Stockman.
That is. It is. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Look at that. Look at that steel trap memory.
Yeah, man. Good job. Right on.
Except when I'm in the middle of a review and can't remember a word.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. I mean, getting old, it ain't for the weak, but it beats the alternative, right?
There you go.
But what do you think about this one?
Very pretty. Yeah, I saw Zach with that. He had that one and the purple one, and I think an orange one. But I really dig that red.
Yeah, I'm digging that red Damascus. I may have to end up. I didn't bite on. I haven't bit on the mini, so far, because I think I like the mini more than the full size. It just fits my hand really, really well. Mm-hmm. Hand model, no. But sorry, I had to throw that in there.
No, I'm just gonna keep laughing now. That was good.
But I do like the mini, and I was kind of hoping maybe something like this, not necessarily Damascus, but maybe something with a red you know, because Hogue and Ritter, they end up doing a lot of, you know, exclusives and stuff like that.
Right, right.
And they have done a few already. And now the purple one came out, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna cross my fingers, and then boom. So yeah, I may have to.
I know I messaged you when I first saw it. I'm like, hello.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
dude,
coming.
it is so funny when Red Knives like exclusives drop. You don't believe how many messages I get.
I believe it. That's just
Dude,
fun.
people are like, dude, look at this. Dude, look at this. And it's cool, you know, because they know I'm in with the Red Knives, and it's so much fun, and it's so awesome. And I wished I could just go and get every single one of them, but I can't, you know, it's the way it is. But I try to pick and choose, and you know, I've made the choice that the you know, the Rough Rider reserves, those are the ones
Right.
I'm definitely gonna try to collect the whole line of those. But there's,
That's awesome.
so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I definitely am liking this, and it really,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great little knife. It really is. People that have seen it and had the opportunity, I mean, they know how good the there's so many
And
letters though. RSK MK1 G2. I
that's
hope I got
lovely.
that right. I hope I got
Yeah.
that right.
Come on, Hogue, shorten it up.
No, it's just,
I'm
it's
just
not
kidding.
them. It's my memory that just,
Exactly.
you know, it's like the Two Sons and stuff. I just point and say that one because I can never remember what the numbers are on them all. The only one I know for sure that I always remember is I remember the little 128, the Dynamo, because that's a Tepe design, and I like that little knife. And then I have, oh, how many do I have? I don't have a lot. I may have 3 or 4. And the only one, I have a 21 update, and I think one of the other ones is the 71.
Okay.
I think.
Gosh, that's terrible.
I know. I can't remember.
Numbers are hard.
Yeah. I can't remember all the numbers.
That's funny.
So
That's great. So I would put my Hogue out on the table, but it's still out in the community somewhere,
oh, right on.
being reviewed by somebody. So
The K320.
yeah, the K320 and several other knives are with Brad.
I did.
Mild mannered EDC. So
I appreciated very much the opportunity to check those out. The K320 is a good little knife. It's it has a similar shape.
Yep.
Similar shape to the RSK MK1 G2. Yeah. But different, similar but different.
Same, only different.
Yeah, exactly. Nice little knife for sure. Seem to be really well built. You know, Hogue seems to do a pretty good job. Now I know you're not necessarily the biggest fan of the Deca just because of the layout of it.
Right. And because of how much blood I lost from it.
You know, that can definitely affect your opinion. Yes, I understand that completely.
Yeah.
But
that might be, like I said in my review, user results may vary.
Right.
You may not have
right.
the same issues I had.
Right.
It just wanted to pop open in my pocket, and I you know, haven't had another knife do that. I have had knives where the tip bit me out, you know, when they're real long knife.
Right.
There's a little tip there, but this is the first one that just kept opening in my pocket and really slicing me.
Yeah.
Although I did have another one recently. The Arroyo popped open in my pocket.
Oh, really?
It taught me really good. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I've just still sort of got the scar to show it here, but
dang.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a scar because it cut me pretty good. That is a sharp knife, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very sharp knife.
Yeah.
But most of that was operator error. So.
Right on. Brother, I tell you what, this has been absolutely fun. You know what that means? Yeah, unfortunately, Matt, dude, do you realize we've been going for almost an hour and 15 minutes?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, seriously. No, it's crazy. And trust me, I'd keep going, but unfortunately, I have to go to work early today.
Yeah, I got to get back to work.
Oh my goodness. But dude, thank you so much. I really wanted to have you on because I just wanted to say congratulations, man. I'm so happy for you and the success of the channel and the growth of the channel. And I'm so happy to see you hit that 1,000 mark because you and I have talked. There's things you want to do and places you want to go with the channel. And I'm so happy that those options are opening up for you.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome, brother. Absolutely awesome.
And I appreciate you having me on to talk about it and one of the things he's referring to, guys, is I hope to do some lives fairly soon. As a matter of fact, JB and I may be talking about something, uh, do something live. So, but
Ooh.
it's a little teaser there.
Oh, yeah, that was your story to tell, man. That wasn't my story to tell. I wasn't
Well,
saying anything. That was your story to tell. So,
no, I think if you like what I do with the weekend review, I think you'll enjoy what JB and I will be doing down the road here to
I'm
kind of,
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yes,
yeah, it'll be
without a
fun. And then
without a doubt.
hopefully hopefully do some lives here and there. I don't think I'm going to do like you or Zach have something every week just because my schedule is
Right,
often with 4 kids and job and extra job and everything else. It's not
right.
like appointment viewing for me. So you may you may see a live here and there on a Monday or on a Thursday or something where I just pop in and do a live and talk about some of the knives that are coming and maybe even do some giveaways down the road. So
Very cool.
but yeah,
Very cool.
I'm excited to get those options. And like I said, the support has been great. And especially from people like you, and it's just been awesome. So I'm glad you had me on to talk about it. That's awesome.
Well, thank you very much for doing this. I know our schedules are, but you were available this morning and I really, really, really wanted to get you on again and talk about this stuff. So thank you so very much. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Have a great week, brother. And I know we'll be talking.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. You take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye.